Hi, I'm Susan Tapley, and today I'm going to show you how to make a really cute flip-flop sign. I'm using Chalk Couture's 11-inch Simple Shapes wood pieces and several of our spring and summer transfers. First, I'm going to lightly sand the board. This will help improve any of the irregularities in the wood and help us get a better print with our silkscreen transfers. Wipe off all that dust. And I'm going to apply a light coat of wax. Wax on, wax off. Our wax comes in a nice small container. It's easy to travel with, it is odorless, and it is clear. I'm going to start by using our Simple Frames transfer, and this is a brand new one, so I'm going to fuzz it and apply it to our surface, as you'll see in the next frame. Fuzzing your transfer just softens that adhesive enough so that it's easy to remove from your surface. I'm going to attach it to my wood piece, my simple shape, and give it a good rub down. Make sure it's on there nice and tight. As soon as you're done, we're ready to chalk. I'm going to be using Shimmer Spruce and Simmer Orchid on this design. It's just a little bit of sparkle. You always want to stir up your chalk paste to make sure that all of your colors are blended well and there are no separations. Grab a little bit on a rubber squeegee and just spread it on over your design, just the open areas. You can use a little more than you think you need. You can always scrape off the excess and put it back in the jar when you're done. This is about as simple as buttering toast, you guys. Here I am scraping off the excess, putting it back into the jar. You always want to make sure that your chalk paste stays nice and wet. If it dries, it's going to stick to your transfer and not your surface. So work quickly. As soon as it's covered and all scraped off, all the excess, you're ready to remove your transfer. So just gently peel it off like you're going to see me do here. Ta-da! So far so good. I'm going to dry this up and then we're going to layer another piece on top. This transfer is a piece from our Flip Flop Flowers transfer collection. I'm just going to be using part of it for this design today. Again, I'm going to take it to my fuzzing towel and just rub it down a couple of times to soften the adhesive. I'm moving everything towards the right side of the board because I'm just going to be using the words on this design. That looks pretty good. Rub it down so everything's nice and tight. And then I'm going to chalk the whole, all of the words using the Shimmer Spruce for the It's in Season, and I'm going to use the Shimmer Orchid for flip-flops. Stir, stir, stir. The transfers that you see me working with are available on my website, which is chalkcouture.com/Susan. Isn't that a beautiful color? Almost done. Scraping off the excess, and then I'm going to set this aside to dry. So far so good. Next, I'm going to show you how to make some flip-flops. I have these wooden cutouts that I'm going to decorate with a little bit of paper, and I'm going to show you how to paint with our chalk paste. So using the Shimmer Orchid, I'm going to put just a little bit in a plastic dish. This is called a chalk tray. Throw some of that chalk paste in there, and then you're going to dilute it just a little bit with some water. You want to thin it until it's about the consistency of acrylic paint. Here I think I got it a little too thin, so I'm going to add some more. And stir it up really, really well. If you want to do a watercolor look, you would add more water and keep it nice and thin. That looks about perfect. Well, maybe a little bit more water. There we go. So now we're going to just paint the strap portion of the flip-flops and put it aside to dry. That was easy. Next, we're going to decorate the bottom parts of the flip-flops using some scrapbooking paper. You can use any print that you like. I'm just going to trace the flip-flops and cut them out. Don't worry, your cutting doesn't have to be perfect. Alright, so next I'm going to get out some Mod Podge. We're going to take the Mod Podge and paint a nice coat of it all over the flip-flops, making sure to get close to the edges. You do want to work quickly when you're using Mod Podge because it dries really, really quickly. So get it on there, especially around those edges. As soon as you have a nice even coat, you're going to place your paper on top, the flip-flops that you cut out earlier, and make sure that it's pressed down nice and tight. I like to flip it upside down on my table and just give it a little pressure there. So I did have a little bit of excess paper around some of the edges. So using a file, you can scrape it off really, really easy. It kind of cuts the paper if you're using it correctly. This is a wood file, but you could also use one for your fingernails. See that excess paper there? I'm just going to use a slight angle and sand almost straight down to cut that extra paper off. It's a little messy, but it works really well. Almost done. There we go. Now you can see there's no excess paper around the edges. Next, I'm going to glue the straps from the flip-flops on top of the soles. I'm going to use hot glue here, but you absolutely could use E6000 or even Mod Podge to attach it to your surface. Aren't they cute? Let's add just a little bit of something extra on here. I have these cute little purple flowers that I think are going to look great right at the point there. Just a little dab of hot glue will keep that on there too. Oh yeah. Okay, let's glue those on. Again, you can use any kind of adhesive that you have. Next, we're going to attach it to our sign. I kind of liked it tilted just a little bit. And I'm going to use E6000 to glue that on there. I like this because it's really, really strong. And if you have it in either hot or cold weather, it will not affect it. It won't freeze, it won't melt, it'll stay right where you put it. That looks good. How cute is that? Wouldn't that look adorable inside of a wreath or hanging by your door? Attached to a picnic basket. So many things you could do with that. You could pop some holes into the corners and put a hanger on it. Or you could stand it up somewhere too. This is a stand that I had from a chalkboard called a board and base. You could even use one of those to stand up your sign. You want to be sure to move your flip-flops down to the end like that so that it fits in there properly. I sure hope you enjoyed this project with me tonight and can tune in. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram and my YouTube channel. Just search my name, Susan Tapley. Thanks for watching.